Hello, again in my kitchen where things happen. Usually not a lot, but some stuff sometimes. Now almost 9 o'clock at night, which means only a few things. One, it means that my makeup has completely fallen off of my face due to life. And two, it means that it's way too late to make food, which I have my snacks because I have eaten very little today and need the nutrients that come from these pretzels. It just fell out of my mouth. I got a little ring light action. I did get a tripod. You guys are now connected to, I'm not gonna tell you because it's embarrassing. As you read by the title, we're gonna be making sweet baked potatoes and salmon somehow with what I have in the house, which is a whole lot of nothing. First of all, I'd like to point out that the blog that I'm using is very, very detailed. So I'm just gonna skip all the way to the bottom. Okay, so we're gonna start off as unprofessional as possible and not follow some of the instructions. First instruction is to have 3 sweet potatoes. I only have 2. I think it'll be the same. I mean, this sweet potato is like big enough for an entire continent, so 2 sweet potatoes. Then ask for a tablespoon of avocado oil, which who has avocado oil? So I just have some extra virgin olive oil. It also says I could use this, so that's good. And it says I can have some melted coconut oil, which no thanks. First, I'm gonna wash these bad boys because I think that does something and there's dirt on them, I guess. So let's rinse them off. I tried to angle this right, but it's not working. So here's my cutting board and here's my sweet potatoes and we're gonna cut them. If you guys watched my other video, I use a giant knife to cut things because I don't know how to otherwise. Luckily, this step is very easy. So first step is to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. I have done that already. Second step is to cut the sweet potatoes in half, vertically. To cut the potatoes lengthwise all the way through. So we're gonna do that. This is not gonna be even. Oh God, this potato's gonna take forever to cook. Breaking out in a sweat. This is a lot of work. So I cut these and created a hole in them. So we're just gonna leave it, I guess, so it can lay flat-ish. As flat as we can, whatever, these are good. When you make mistakes in life and you just have to live with it. So it says to place the potatoes on a rimmed baking sheet. I'm assuming this means rimmed because it's, I don't know if this is deep enough, but here we are living this adventure. To take the oil, drizzle it on, and then rub it into the flesh is literally what it says. So, ew, no. Here on this Unprofessional Cooking 101 is to never measure your oil, ever. So we're just gonna drizzle some on here and hope for the best, I guess. To massage the oil into the flesh of the potatoes. Now you just sprinkle with a pinch of salt. We like salt, so we're gonna use more than a pinch. Now I'm going to flip the potatoes flesh side down. Okay, so the last step is to bake the sweet potatoes uncovered for 30 to 35 minutes until the skin begins to look shriveled and soft. So once the skin starts to look like mine, yep, we'll know. My timer for 33 minutes. We're just gonna go right in the middle there and just be who we are. Oh God, that's not the timer. 33 minutes. Cool. 33 minutes on the clock and counting. By the time the potatoes are cooked, it will be midnight. Why do I always cook so late? I don't have any idea. I didn't think about making salmon until like a couple hours ago. So I put the salmon from the freezer into the fridge to thaw. It probably will not be thawed by the time the potatoes are close to being done, which is when we're gonna start them. So probably gonna have to go very against a health code of some sort and just thaw the salmon with warm water, because I did it the other night and I'm alive, so. All right, I will see you guys at probably in like 20 minutes, give or take. Stay beautiful. Stay beautiful. Okay, so we've officially reached the point of I have no idea when those potatoes are gonna be done, and at this point we're just eyeballing it, I guess, and it could go horribly wrong or horribly wrong. I'm done making this already, so definitely not eating this tonight. Let's just put it that way. And salmon. We've officially broken all the rules. We thawed the salmon using water, and it was like cold water though, so it's still cold, so we're fine. We're fine, right? We're not gonna get any kind of food poisoning. We might, who knows? We picked a recipe in which we don't have all the ingredients, and we know that we don't have all the ingredients, we being me. So instead of having all of the ingredients, we're just going to wing it with what we've got. So that should be interesting. That should be the slogan of my life. Morgan, that should be interesting. Yep. It's not. Lemon, garlic, herb, crusted paleo baked salmon recipe, gluten-free, clean eating, keto. That's that. I don't have any lemons, so first ingredient in the recipe, I don't have it, so we're not doing it. We don't have a lot of these ingredients. So we're just gonna figure it out as we go. That's pretty much what's gonna happen here. I feel like those are getting closer. I don't know, they're kind of burning on the edges a little bit, but who doesn't like a little crunch, a little flavor, a little burnt flavor. First things first, place all ingredients except salmon in a small bowl and melt in the microwave. Okay, so all of the ingredients. We've got 3 ounces of butter. Who the hell? Oh, I guess that makes sense. It's a keto recipe, which means they weigh their food instead of measuring it like normal humans. Nope. Oh, okay. So this net weight of this stick of butter is 4 ounces. So we're just gonna use this stick of butter instead of 3 ounces? I don't know. Teaspoon of real salt. I don't know what unreal or not real salt is. I don't know. Are they talking about like not kosher salt? How do you even? So I'm gonna take whatever's in my salt shaker, which is whatever I got at the store that was cheap, which is all salt because it's salt. That looks right? You guys can see all that salt? Oh yeah. Okay. That seems wrong. The lemon. About that. Not gonna add that. Not prepared. Cool. 1 teaspoon of fresh parsley chopped. I don't have fresh parsley because I didn't have time for that, and by not time for that, I didn't look at my ingredients. Also, fresh parsley. So I'm gonna use this refrigerated parsley that is most likely a little bit expired, and by a little bit expired, I mean it says it's fresh for 4 weeks, and I bought this a while ago. I don't know, who cares, you know? Use a tablespoon of fresh parsley. If I could learn to read, that would help. And we're already not using fresh parsley, so we might as well not use a measuring spoon either. That seems like too much. That's too much. Oh gosh. Then it asks for a teaspoon, yes, a teaspoon of fresh dill. Okay, well, I don't have any dill. Why am I making this recipe? I don't have anything. no dill. I'm just gonna add some rosemary leaves to it though, because it smells nice. And why not? Because I don't have any of the other ingredients that I needed for this to begin with. So there's some rosemary. 1 clove of garlic minced. We all know that 1, I don't know how to mince anything. And 2, I'm lazy. So I have some minced garlic in a can because why not? Should measure this too, but I love garlic, so I'm not worried about it. That's probably too much. What about my life isn't too much? None of it. So here we are. I'll get better at some point in my life. Who knows? It asks for a dash of white pepper, and if we haven't learned anything, at least we've learned that I don't have that. So we're just gonna use some ground peppercorn, which is just black pepper. I just read the thing and it said peppercorn, and that sounded fancier than just saying white, some ground pepper. Look at all that garlic. Hire me to cook you a meal because I know what I'm doing. 30 to 45 seconds, so. Jesus Christ. Cheese and rice-a-roni. Not enough time. Just isn't. Butter's not melted all the way, so. Gonna get another 20 seconds, sure, why not? We'll start cutting these guys out of their packages because I got frozen fish. Good news is I think that the potatoes are almost done, but bad news is I am not a professional, nor do I ever cook, so who knows if they're almost done. They're getting a little wrinkly on the outside, so they're also burning to the pan, so I may not have a choice soon. I may just have to jump ship. The timer went off for the potatoes, so I'm just gonna check them and see what's going on, and they're making noises, just saying. It's making noises. That doesn't look done. Nope. That's not done. That's not done. It's just not done. I don't know if the purpose of this was to melt this down to an absolute liquid, but I did. I hope that the next set of instructions don't tell me that it needs to be slightly not liquid, because it's liquid. Parchment paper and a baking sheet. A thing happened where I lost a baking sheet. I don't know where it is. I don't even know how you lose a baking sheet, but I did somehow. Parchment paper down. Place salmon fillets on parchment lined baking sheet. This recipe has 4 salmon fillets. I know how to say fillets, guys. This recipe is for 4, but I only had 3 left, so that's what we're working with. Also, this salmon is falling apart, living its best life. Oh, hell yeah. Oven needs to be preheated to 400 degrees. I didn't check that step, so I just got lucky that the oven's already at 400 degrees, smoking away those little baby sweet potatoes. By baby, I mean the size of my face. Using pastry brush, don't have that. Coat the salmon, So I'm supposed to coat the salmon with this buttery mixture, that's interesting, with a pastry brush. I don't have a pastry brush, so I think I'm just gonna use a spoon, making sure to coat them evenly, which won't happen, so. This butter is doing the do, you know? Nothing in this world has been evenly coated, so that didn't happen. So it only needs to cook for about 11 minutes, which is awesome because time. But I need to pull the potatoes out, so I guess we'll do that now and check to see where they're at because I don't have time for it anymore. Nice little sludge of burned mess over here. Oh God. Yum yum, burned potatoes. They're so burned. Okay, well, you learned your lesson here, folks. You learned it from me. This is not a, well, that one looks good. Of course, the one that's like the size of a unborn child is okay. I mean, it's burned around the edges. I feel like this is salvageable. We can do something with this. They're just a little bit burned around the edges, a little bit caramelized from the sweets of the potatoes. Looks like the skin was getting wrinkly, I just didn't notice, but I burned the crap out of them. Wanna come over for dinner? Fine, we'll be fine. We'll be good. It's okay. Salmon fillets. I'm gonna put these in the oven now, on a top rack for 11 minutes. Don't have a Tupperware big enough for the sweet potatoes. That's wax paper, oh gosh. I'm going to put them in tin foil. Why did I do that? You know when you don't want to wash something, so then you tell yourself that you need to let it soak overnight? I literally have to soak that pan overnight. With the amount of caramelization that happened on that pan, it's not happening. So that's just gonna sit in my sink, soaking in some soapy water until tomorrow or the next day or whenever the heck I feel like it, because I'm an adult. I am ready for bed. I am ready to wash my face and get into bed and live my most comfortable life. And yet I am here waiting on salmon. So I'm going to just let that finish cooking. I've got about 6 minutes, which isn't a lot of time, but who cares? I'll be back. I'm not even gonna try to brag because we all know what happened with the potato disaster situation going on over here, but my house smells incredible. And I think it's because there's a ton of sugar and butter flying around. My house smells like a restaurant. A really burnt restaurant, but a restaurant nonetheless. How do you tell if salmon's done? Also, you know when your oven mitt is not a good oven mitt when you can feel it burning your skin through the oven mitt. That's what I get for buying one from Walmart, like Walmart brand oven mitt over here. Just unprofessional as hell. Oh shoot, that looks cooked to me. Is cooked the end goal here, just for it to be cooked? Because that is cooked. Since I already cut this piece of the salmon, we're just gonna take this little piece of salmon. That's the tiniest piece of salmon I ever did see. It's covered in butter, so there's that. We're just gonna cut it right and down. Oh, I mean, that cut pretty, the butter knife went right through that. Oh, I'm trying to pick it up with a butter knife. I love potatoes, and sweet potatoes are the way to go for sure if you're gonna go for a potato day. Potato day, you just eat potatoes all day long. Oh my god, what a beautiful day that would be. Snug. Snug as a potato in a tinfoil casing. Finding Tupperware that fits the lid is like a journey in itself. Like, I don't think this fits. Okay. It has to fit. This is the same brand. I think it's just being stubborn. Or break the lid. Watch me just, oh my god. For whatever reason, this lid fit and it's the exact same, so why? Put my little fillets in this little Tupperware. This is disgusting. This parchment paper is gross. Don't forget to turn off your oven, folks, because I've done that before. I did buy a family-sized bag of dark chocolate M&Ms. Dark chocolate peanut M&Ms, to be more exact. I grab a little Ziploc bag, and I put some of them in there so that I can pace myself, because I would eat all of them if I could. And we all know that stairs are totally gonna stop me from eating all of them, so let's put like a little bit in here. I can take it upstairs with me. I honestly should do that with the pretzels because I will eat all of them. Following my own good instruction. Okay, now that it is too late to eat, I'm gonna eat anyways. This caramelized sweet potato. I waited a little too long. I was like cleaning, so this is definitely cool now. I just love sweet potatoes. You can't really go wrong with salt. Burnt, tastes a little bit burnt, but overall, like, the sweet potato is soft and good. And, you know, what else could you ask for? I just touched that to my face. This is so good. I mean, I understand that, like, I didn't have most of the ingredients and this isn't the recipe I was supposed to make. And I messed up part of it, but it's fine. The salmon's good. The skin is not good. I hated that. Overall, I think it came out pretty good. I mean, honestly, salmon and chicken are some of the easiest things to make, and you can make them so many different ways. Whatever. I made food. It's edible. You can eat it. It's not that bad for you. Sweet potato and some salmon. I was gonna make some vegetables, but that was when I was gonna have a meal, and like, I'm not gonna have a meal right now. So that is just the end of that. I don't know. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being in my kitchen. Thanks for letting me cook unprofessionally for you one more time. I probably will make multiple videos like this just because I need to eat what's in my fridge and just eat more at home and try cooking some more, I guess. Maybe I'll become a professional from it. No, I will not. I will not become a professional because I am not a professional. Who knows? Who knows? I'll probably see you again. Or if you're tired of seeing my face, then why are you here? I don't know. I'm gonna go eat snacks in bed until I fall asleep. Yep, and I will link the recipes below if you want to cook professionally or if you want to try to just do what you can like I did. Have at it. Have at it, friends. Have at it.